So we're all gathered here today under the guise of the 99 percenters, and we're here because we have for the past several years been organizing around economic justice on Long Island, and because there are so many examples of corporate subsidies across the state. There are so many examples of corporations like Verizon in Niagara County getting $600 million from a local industrial development agency, while at the same time on Long Island and all across the Northeast, they're cutting jobs, they're cutting workers' wages, and they're refusing to negotiate with unionized workers. Additionally, we see that instead of addressing the economic waste across the nation, what we're doing is blaming the very people who contribute to the economic growth of the nation, working class people. So here today, we're out with the same message that has been resonating not only in the United States, but across the entire world, which is that today we need to focus on bringing justice in this country to the 1% who is getting by off of the backs of working people. And in Long Island alone, we saw subsidies where 44% of the corporations that were subsidized created no jobs. And out of those, 20% of those companies that were being subsidized didn't even say that they were going to create jobs when they got money. So we're just giving money away to corporations without any strings attached. We just say, here you go, come into our state, take our money. And that's the big problem right now. So I'm going to introduce Mike Gendron, who is with CWA Local 1108, and he's going to talk a little bit about Verizon.
Hi, I think it's unconscionable that Verizon made $24.2 billion in pre-tax income over 2 years and paid zero federal income tax. In fact, Verizon claimed a refund of $1.3 billion, earning it a place on the Washington Times Tax Evaders Hall of Fame. Verizon made $22.5 billion in profits and paid its top 5 executives $258 million over the past 4 years. But we are going to cut bus service to the working class in Nassau and across the U.S. If corporations like Verizon, the 1%, would pay their fair share in taxes, working men and women, the 99%, would not see vital programs slashed. Bus service, health clinics, and education programs, which help to sustain working class families, would be able to continue and thrive. It's time for Verizon to get back to creating good jobs, back to the bargaining table and bargain a fair contract to keep the good jobs they have, back to being a responsible member of our community by paying their fair share. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Next we have Mimi Johnson, who's with New York Communities for Change.
Hi, I'm the face of the 99% that we're worried about our children not being able to go from one end of the island to the next because we don't know which buses are going to be cut. We know they are going to be cut, we just don't know exactly when. We don't know as far as the economic aspects of this because we don't know how much the fares will be in a year. We don't know where they're going to cut it in a year. So what we're asking for is, where are these elected officials that's supposed to be our voice? So since they're not for us, the 99%, because they're not out here, we're decided that we're going to keep marching, we're going to keep sending out the word, because our seniors, our disabled, our children, our young adults going to college just don't have the proper answers that we need. So we're going to be out here in buses, train station, wherever we can go to get the 99%. We're going to get our words out there because obviously somebody has to listen. And we urge everyone, if you're not in that 1%, you should be out here with us because jobs are getting cut and it's not the ones with the 6%. The six-figure jobs. It's the $40,000 job. It's the $30,000 job. It's the clerks. These are the people who are getting their jobs cut. These are the people who need the bus service. Now they can't get to their jobs. Where's the justice? Where's the economic justice? What's happening to our families and what's happening to our country? So we urge everybody to come out and support wherever you can